Welcome. Today we're going to go through a sequence to prepare you for Eka Pada Koundinyasana II, or also known as Hurdler's Pose. You also don't have to try this peak posture. It's a great sequence without actually going into Eka Pada today. So go ahead and as you're ready, find your comfortable seat at the top of the mat. You can sit on your heels or crisscross your legs in front of you. Draw the eyes closed and begin to settle in, emptying the mind. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders toward the ears, and as you exhale, draw them back down and away. Again, inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, release them down. Last one, inhale, shoulders lift up. And exhale, release. Begin to engage your Ujjayi pranayama, that oceanic breathing noise at the back of the throat. Full inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. I invite you to set an intention or maybe a dedication for your practice today. If you didn't come with one already, I offer up the intention of finding depth in each of the postures. We'll seal up all those intentions with 3 breaths. First, exhale all the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, send it out. You may begin to blink those eyes open, first gazing to the fingertips, and roll forward onto hands and knees into our tabletop position, wrists directly under shoulders and knees directly under hips. Begin by coming into your cat-cows. As you inhale, lift the chest and tail, and as you exhale, round and curl the spine, belly in and up. Again, inhale to cow pose, chest lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat pose, round and curl. Inhale to cow pose, release the shoulders. And exhale to cat pose, keep those shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, find a neutral spine. Really root down through the palms and the tops of the feet here. Option to tuck the toes. As you exhale, engage the abdominals and hover those knees about 2 to 3 inches off the mat. Hold here for 5. Long spine. 4. Navel higher. 3. Release shoulders. 2. In 1, tuck the toes, pike the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Feet are hips distance, hands are shoulder width. Ground down through the palms. Draw the heels close to the ground. Maybe bend through the right knee. Release and then bend through the left knee. Slowly releasing the calves, the outer thighs, the glutes. Take a full inhale, find length through the crown of the head, and then as you exhale, draw the chest closer to the thighs. Maybe you can imagine planting the crown of your head on the center of your mat. Let's continue to warm up the spine. On your next inhale, roll forward like a wave to that high plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Then as you exhale, bend the knees, scoop the hips up and back, down dog. Again, inhale, roll forward like a wave, find high plank. Exhale, bend knees, scoop hips up and back. One more, inhale, roll forward, find that high plank pose. Exhale, bend knees, scoop hips up and back. This time, inhale, roll forward to high plank. As you exhale, drop the knees, keep the hips lifted, lower the chest and chin between the hands, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to slide to the belly, then peel up the head, neck, and chest for baby cobra. Little to no weight in those hands. Think about someone pulling your elbows down and away from you here. Lift the collarbones high for 3. Toenails are heavy. 2. In 1, press into the palms, but keep a slight bend in those elbows. When the thighs are down, we keep those elbows slightly bent to prevent ourselves from hunching up. Really press the ground away from you here. Then as you're ready, you can exhale, piking those hips up and back to downward facing dog. That is your knees down version of chaturanga. You're welcome to take it whenever you need it today. If you'd like to advance to a full chaturanga, you're always welcome to. Go ahead and roll forward to your high plank pose. As you exhale, shift your shoulder heads over those fingertips, bringing that 90-degree bend into the elbows and squeezing them in tight to the side body. Hover here. Inhale to the tops of the feet. Arms are straight. Thighs lift off the mat for upward facing dog, lifting the gaze toward the sky, broadening out the collarbones. And then as you exhale, draw those hips up and back to downward facing dog. You're welcome to take any version of your chaturanga today, any variation of those postures, or you could skip it altogether if you'd like. Go ahead and gaze forward between your thumbs. Take small steps toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, press palms into shins or thighs. And then exhale, fold. It's okay to bend the knees. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, gaze to thumbs, mountain pose. Exhale, Samastiti, hands by sides. Surya Namaskar A, sun salutations A. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float back, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Hold for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Imagine pressing the upper arms toward one another, pressing the inner thighs toward one another. 3. Breathe full audible breaths. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up. Exhale, hands by sides. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Inhale to up dog or cobra, shine the chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog, pike the hips up and back for 5. Imagine scrubbing the feet toward the hands and the hands toward the feet. 4. Biceps spin up toward the ceiling, inner thighs spin up toward the ceiling. 3. Keep breathing steady inhales and exhales. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up. Exhale, hands by sides. Last one. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Navel in and up. 3. Step down into the feet. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up. Exhale, hands by sides. Surya Namaskar B, sun salutations B. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, chaturanga, squeeze the elbows in, don't skip that chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Listen for the change. Right foot forward between the hands. Left heel spins down at a 45-degree angle. Rise up to your warrior one on the inhale. Exhale, take it down. Plant the palms. Step the right foot back. Chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up, inhale. One long inhale to the top. One long exhale takes you down. Plant palms, step left foot back, bend into elbows, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra, shine the chest through. Full exhale to downward facing dog for 5. Breathe full. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Elbows wrap down, forearms squeeze together. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift as you arrive. Exhale to fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Second time, inhale, knees bend, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to down dog. Right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, inhale. Exhale, plant palms, chaturanga dandasana, lower all the way down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to down dog. Left foot forward, right heel drops, rise up on the inhale. Exhale, take it down, plant the palms, chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog for 5. This is your last held down dog. 4. Really find a release in the backs of the legs. 3. Chest melts toward the thighs. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, hands by sides. Go ahead and bring those hands to the hips. Hop or step your feet hips distance. Take your inhale to lift the chest. And then exhale, fold forward, option to bend those knees. Using index and middle fingers, wrap your fingers around your 2 big toes. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, bend into the elbows, draw yourself deeper, fold forward for 5. Really step into the toes here, try to draw the hips over the heels. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. Use the abdominals to draw you deeper. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, step on palms, toes all the way to the wrists, and fold. Bend those knees as much as you need to here for 5. Think about lifting the hips. 4. Step into the outer edges of the feet, get the arches working here. 3. Navel draws you deeper. 2. 1. Take your inhale to look up and lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms 6 to 8 inches in front of you on the mat. Bend deeply into knees and elbows. Draw the heels close behind you so that they touch. Clamp those knees on the outside of the upper arms and come to your crow pose, or if you don't have crow pose, you can simply dome out through that mid-back, drawing the mid-back to the highest point and holding a cat spine with the knees clamped on the outer arms. If you're going for that crow pose, try to hold for 5. Breathe full, lift the chin. 4. Think about squeezing the knees together, squeezing the elbows together. 3. Maybe you can straighten the arms. 2. Jump back if you'd like to. And 1. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Go ahead and inhale your right heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep, cross it under. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right to right, gaze goes right. Inhale the right heel high. Then exhale, step it between the palms. Come up high on the back heel and lift up to your high crescent lunge. Your right knee's over that right ankle. Your left hip draws forward. Your right hip draws back. Lift the arms, strong arms overhead, and gaze to those thumbs for 5. If your arms can't be straight and stay up pointing toward the ceiling, it's okay to bring them out long in front of you. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. Try to straighten out that back leg, engage the left inner thigh. 2. And 1. Exhale those hands to heart center. Begin to shift weight into your right leg as you launch that left foot up parallel to the mat for Warrior 3. Option to keep those hands at heart, or if you've got your blocks handy, you can place your hands on those blocks to help balance you here. You can also extend your arms out long in front of you. Hold for 5. Engage every muscle in the left leg. 4. Left inner thigh reaches toward the sky. 3. Breathe fuller. 2. Keep that left leg lifted. In 1, bring those hands to heart center. We're going to come into our Shiva squats. So you can go for that balance challenge, keeping your hands at heart center. Or if you need a little more balancing, you can press your palms down on blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can always use stacks of books to help balance you here. So you're going to bring those hands down or keep them at heart center. We're going to bring our left knee behind our right and bend into both legs. On our inhale, we lift up to Warrior 3. On our exhale, we bend and squat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Listen carefully. Exhale, tap the left toes down at the back of the mat. Left heel is high. Go ahead and plant the palms on either side of that right foot. Now be mindful here that right knee doesn't creep in front of the toes. You may have to lengthen your stance. You may want those blocks on either side of you here for your equestrian pose. We're going to drop our hips and lift our chest, keeping those palms grounded, fingertips grounded for 5. Really find a nice stretch in the left hip flexor. 4. Breathe full audible breaths. 3. 2. 1. Exhale, rock the hips back. Go ahead and straighten out that front leg as you draw the forehead toward the shin for your pyramid pose. You can keep those hands on the blocks on any heights to make this more accessible, or if you'd like to, you can walk those fingertips back behind you and draw your forehead all the way to your right shin for 5. Think about squaring the hips forward. 4. Both sets of toes face that front edge of your mat. 3. Your back heel can be slightly lifted. 2. And 1. Inhale to look up. Exhale, ground the palms, step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the left heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, cross it under. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left to left, gaze goes left. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, step it between the palms. Come up high on the right heel. Lift up to your high crescent lunge. Hold for 5. Right hip draws forward. 4. Relax the shoulders. 3. Rib cage knits in. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to heart center. Shift in weight into the left leg as you launch the back leg up parallel for your Warrior 3. This time hands can be at heart. They can be down on those blocks or books, or you can sweep them up long behind you. Hold for 5. Think collarbones high. 4. Engage every single muscle in the right leg. 3. Flex into the right foot. 2. Keep that right leg lifted. 1. We've got those Shiva squats. Go ahead and bring those hands to heart center or send the fingertips down to blocks if you need some more support. And then as we exhale, we're going to bend our right knee behind our left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up to warrior, 3 legs. Then as you exhale, tap the right toes down at the back of the mat and drop the palms to frame out that left foot. Find that equestrian pose again. Maybe your hands are under blocks. Make sure you've got a nice long stance here so the left knee does not cross in front of those left toes. Hold here for 5. Chest high, seat low, 4. Navel back, 3. 2. 1. As you exhale, rock the hips back, straighten out the left leg, draw the forehead toward the shin. Maybe your hands are on blocks. Maybe they're on the floor. Wherever you are, work with a nice straight front leg. Hold for 5. Both sets of toes face the short edge of your mat. 4. Breathe full audible breaths. 3. Do your best. 2. 1. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, step back. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Inhale, right knee, heel high. Exhale, step it through, unwind, warrior 2. Your right knee's over right ankle, your back foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Square up hips and shoulders toward the long edge of your mat, then send your gaze over your right middle finger. Hold for 5. Your right heel should line up with the arch of your back foot. 4. Sink low here. Usually if you want to sink lower, you also have to step wider to prevent that right knee from tracking in front of the toes. 3. 2. 1. Exhale your right forearm to your thigh, sweep your left hand overhead. Find your extended side angle. The angle comes from the left middle finger all the way down to the left heel. Nice strong line there, gazing up to that left thumb. If you'd like to intensify this, you can bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot, maybe onto a block. Just be mindful that your right thigh is also parallel to the floor if you're going to drop lower. Also, you're welcome to take a bind here for 5. Chest moves forward toward the sky. 4. Resist the urge to drop your left shoulder. 3. Lengthen out both side bodies. 2. 1. Inhale up to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to hips. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Take your inhale to lift the chest. Exhale for your wide leg forward fold. Hands come between the feet. Really step into the toes here. Work to bring the hips over the heels for 5. It's okay to have bent knees. Really relax the head and neck down. If you'd like to take your headstands here, you can. 4. Navel back. 3. Think about lifting the hips toward the sky. If you're in your headstand, go ahead and come down halfway. Hold there. 2. Headstanders, lower down all the way. 1. Take your inhale to look up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise up to your warrior 2. Bend into right knee. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Cartwheel those hands down to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the left heel high. Exhale knee to nose. Inhale left heel high. Exhale left knee right elbow, cross it under. Inhale left heel high. Exhale left to left, gaze goes left. Inhale left heel high. Exhale, step it between the palms, unwind, warrior two. Again, bend into left knee. Right foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat this time. Square your hips and shoulders and gaze over that left middle finger for 5. Imagine pressing the air away from your arms and palms. Really engage the lats. 4. Try to lift your right arm as high as your left. 3. Navel back. 2. 1. Exhale to extended side angle, forearm to thigh, hand outside the foot or bind. Wherever you are, sweep that right arm way overhead, pointing toward the wall in front of you. Hold here. 4. Release the top shoulder. Look toward your elbow crease. Draw that elbow crease in front of the face. 3. Keep breathing. 2. And 1. Inhale up to warrior 2. Exhale the hands behind the back. Interlace those fingers together. Turn the toes in and the heels out. As you inhale, lift the chest. Draw the knuckles toward the heels. As you exhale, fold forward, leading with the chest, drawing those palms overhead. If this hurts your shoulders at all, you're welcome to release the palms down. You're also welcome for the second round of inversions if that's something you'd like to do today. For 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. Find a release. 2. And 1. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Take your inhale to look up. And then exhale, hands to hips. Slowly rise up to your warrior 2, bending into left knee. And then reverse your warrior, top arm overhead. Cartwheel those hands down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale here and a full exhale. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Come up high on your left heel. Rise up to that high crescent lunge. As you exhale, find your crescent twist. Bring your hands to heart center. Left elbow crosses right thigh. Gaze over that right shoulder. Hold for 5. Breathe here for 4. Lengthen out through the spine. 3. Crown of the head toward the wall in front of you. 2. Stay twisted. In 1, simply lift the torso but stay twisted and extend the arms for a nice twisted lunge here. This is the balance challenge. Your back heel stays high. Hold here for 5. Breathe fuller for 4. We're going to stay twisted in 3. Revolved radiant warrior in 2. In 1, send your right hand down your left leg and your left arm overhead, gazing up to that left thumb. Exhale the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to down dog for the other side. Left foot forward, right heel high. Rise up on the inhale to that high crescent lunge. As you exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Twist to the left, right elbow crosses left thigh. Find that nice crescent twist for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3. Long spine. 2. And with your exhales, twist deeper. Stay twisted. 1. Go ahead and lift the torso. Stay twisted. Extend the arms long. Hold for 5. Balance here for 4. Do your best. 3. Really open up to the side of the room. 2. 1. Revolved radiant warrior. Left hand down, right leg, right arm overhead. Gaze up to right thumb. Cartwheel those hands down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Go ahead and take your inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Stay low here. Plant your right hand in front of your right foot. You may want to bring that right hand onto a block if you have one handy. Bring a slight bend into that right knee. Take the index and middle fingers of your left hand and loop them around your left big toe. We're going to take a little side hold here. So on your inhale, lift your left heel out to the left. Hold here. And then sweep that left leg behind you, releasing the toe. Find your half moon. Hips stack, your left heel is lifted. Your left leg's open toward the side of the room. Send your right arm to the sky, stacking hips and shoulders. Finding a nice balance here for 5. Really lift up through the torso as if you're in a side plank. 4, long spine. 3, for an added challenge, gaze to left thumb. 2, just a slightly different entrance than we normally take. And 1, with ease, step it down to your warrior 2. Right knee is bent. And then exhale, reverse your warrior, right arm overhead. Cartwheel those hands down to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to down dog. Gaze forward, knees bend. Walk, step, or float to the top. Take your inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, plant your left fingers in front of your left foot, maybe onto a block, and bend slightly into that left knee. Loop your index and middle finger of your right hand around your right big toe. On your inhale, lift your right leg out to the side, balance here. And then as you exhale, release, find half moon. Your right heel sends back 1 long, strong leg. Your right arm goes high for 5. Engage every muscle in that right leg. 4, this is all obliques. 3, flex into the right foot. 2, and 1, gently tap the foot down. Find your warrior 2, bending into left knee. And then exhale to reverse your warrior. Cartwheel those hands down to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Gaze forward between your hands, walk, step, or hop your feet to the outside edges of your mat on the outsides of your hands. Feet and knees point in the same direction here. Elbows come to the inner thighs, squeezing them open, and chest lifts toward the sky as the seat drops between the heels. Options here, if you're feeling any knee or hip tension, you can always place a block under your seat. You can always come up higher into your goddess pose, or if you'd like to skip this altogether, you can go down into a froggy or a child's pose. If you're in that malasana, make sure those heels are planted. If your heels are lifted, likely your feet are just a little too close together. Widen them out here. We're going to hold here for 5. Breathe full. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can stay here, or if you'd like to do a little abdominal challenge, I'm going to challenge you to bounce forward and back 5 times. So here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to plant our hands down on the exhale, shoot our feet back, find high plank. Take a full inhale in high plank. Then as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest, jump the feet to the outside edges of the hands, lift the palms, malasana. Exhale, hands down, jump back, high plank. Full inhale. Exhale, jump forward. Malasana, lift the palms. Exhale, drop palms, jump back. High plank, full inhale. Exhale, jump the feet in. Find your malasana, lift those palms. Exhale, plant the palms, jump back, high plank. Full inhale. Exhale, jump it in. Malasana, lift the palms. Last one. Exhale, plant palms, jump it back. Full inhale in that high plank. And then exhale, jump forward. Find your malasana. Okay, we'll all plant those palms on the mat and step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. And full exhale to downward facing dog. Full inhale here. Full exhale. We're coming into our peak series of class. Go ahead and step your right foot forward and then drop to your left knee. Nice long stance here. The goal here is to bring a nice long line between the thighs here. So instead of a crooked ankle, having a nice straight line there. It's something to work on over time. Make sure that right knee doesn't cross in front of those right toes. You have nice long stance here. Any pressure in that back knee, and feel free to place a pillow, a blanket, something under that knee. Really work to draw weight down into the top of the foot though. That'll help you over time to be able to do this posture without the extra padding. When we draw weight into that back foot, that will release pressure from that back knee. And the longer your stance is, of course, over time, the less pressure you'll have. The arms can be high, they can be at heart center. Hold here for 5. Engage the left glute, 4. Maybe you want to step into the right foot, find a little leaning back for 3. If you're leaning back, think chest higher, create space in the spine. Try not to compress the low back. 2. And 1. Exhale. The left hand down. Send the right arm behind you. Look toward your right thumb for a nice easy twist. You can stay here, or if you'd like to take a quad stretch, kick that left heel into the glute and reach around for the inner arch of that foot. Be mindful in this posture. There shouldn't be any pressure on your knee. You should actually be resting on that fleshy part above the kneecap, not on the kneecap itself. So just make sure that this isn't hurting your knee. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Unwind, come back to center. Go ahead and rock the hips back until they're over that left knee. Straighten that right leg out. Flex every muscle in the top of the right leg. Flex the right foot toward the face. You can have blocks under the palms here, or you can be down on the ground. Wherever you are, be mindful you're not closing that angle on the left knee. The tendency here is to sit too far back. Try to keep the hip over the left knee as you melt forward. Hold in your half splits for 5. If you have full splits and would like to fold in your full splits, you're always welcome to do so. 4. Breathe full. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, rock forward, bend into that right knee again. Go ahead and bring both hands on the inside of that right leg. Find a nice squeeze between the right arm and the right leg. You're always welcome to place blocks under your palms here. That'll give you some more space. You can use those blocks on any height. You can also tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Further option to drop to your forearms on blocks or on the floor. Hold in your lizard pose for 5. This is another posture where we have to be mindful the right knee doesn't cross the toes. 4. Breathe here. 3. 2. 1. You can stay in this lizard pose, or if you'd like to try out Eka Pada Koundinyasana, go ahead and come along with me. Ditch the blocks and come to your palms. If you're on that left knee, go ahead and lift up onto the left toes. Step 1 is to walk that right hand underneath the right thigh. So the elbow hooks underneath the right thigh there. Step 2 is to rock forward. So there are 90-degree angles in both of the elbows. Squeeze the elbows toward one another here. And then begin to straighten that right leg. Once your right leg is straight, lift that left leg off the mat and hold, gazing toward your right foot. Now, if you can't lift your left leg, draw your right leg down. That will help lift your back leg. Make sure that left elbow is free. It shouldn't be under the body here. And if you're feeling like your shoulders are lifting down, really crunch your abdominals in to help lift your chest. You're welcome to try out this posture. We can hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Transition to your chaturanga. Full inhale to up dog or cobra. Full exhale to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right knee down. Rise up to your Anjaneyasana, kneeling crescent on the second side. Again, make sure the left knee doesn't cross in front of the left toes. Draw down through the back foot. Always an option to pad up that back knee or to tuck the back toes. Arms can be overhead or they can be at heart center. Hold for 5. Work the hips forward and up rather than finding us sinking down. 4. Breathe full. 3. Release shoulders. 2. And 1. Exhale the right hand down. Sweep the left hand behind you. Gaze to the left thumb for your easy twist. If you're in that easy twist, make sure you don't open that left hand. Keep it right behind the shoulder. And if you'd like to go for that quad stretch, kicking the right heel in, you're welcome to. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind. Come back to center. Find that half splits pose, rocking the hips back over the right knee, then sliding that left heel forward and straightening out that left leg as much as you can. Exhale to fold, melting over that left leg for 5. Think about dragging the left heel toward you. 4. Think of your lower belly to thigh connection. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and crawl forward, bending into the left knee, and come to your palms, both hands on the inside of that left leg for the lizard pose. Again, you can have your back knee down or it can be lifted. You can bring blocks under palms, under forearms. Find something comfortable but challenging to hold for 5. Gaze out long on the floor in front of you. 4. If the back leg is lifted, engage the inner thigh. 3. Step down into the feet, lighten up through the hands. 2, 1. Here we go for our peak pose. You can either hold your lizard or come back to the palms and come to the toes of your back foot. Just like the other side, we're going to walk the left elbow underneath the left thigh. And we're going to rock our weight forward. The hardest part of this pose is going forward. Really bring those elbows over the wrists, bending them in, squeezing the elbows in tight. And go ahead and straighten out the left leg as you begin to lift the back leg. Hold maybe for 3. Try it out. 2. Gaze to the left. Squeeze the elbows in. 1. When you're ready, you can chaturanga, transition out. Take a full inhale to up dog or cobra. And a full exhale to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, roll forward, high plank pose. Hold here for 5. Draw up through the mid shoulders. 4. Roll the hips under like you're trying to bring your hip bones closer to your ribs. 3. Tailbone is heavy. 2. Elbow creases reach forward. 1. Drop the elbows behind the wrists. Find your forearm plank. Try to keep your arms like a number 11. Finding that nice stretch in the shoulders. Hold for 5. Long spine. Gaze out on the floor in front of you. 4. Do your best. 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet in toward the elbows. Find your dolphin pose. The head stays lifted. Press down through the forearms. Try to keep those forearms parallel. If you need to place a block between your hands, that can be really helpful here. Hold for 5. Lift the hips higher. 4. Stretch the backs of the legs. 3, 2. In 1, walk the feet back, lift back up to the palms. Then as you exhale, chaturanga to your belly. Plant those palms under the elbows, squeeze the elbows in tight, draw the toenails down, legs squeezed together. On your next inhale, peel up the head, neck, and chest for your baby cobra for 5. Release shoulders. 4. Tailbone heavy. 3. Maybe you can lift the quads. 2. 1. Extend the arms long beside you. Palms face up for Shalabhasana, locust pose. On your next inhale, lift the arms, legs, head, neck, and chest. Hold for 5. Long spine. 4. Triceps reach higher. 3. Maybe you can lift those quads. 2. 1. Exhale, lower down. For the third and final belly back bend, you're welcome to take another cobra pose, maybe a full cobra. You can take Shalabhasana. You can take Sphinx. You can even come to your knees and take your camel pose if that's something that's in your practice. If you'd like to do Dhanurasana, bow pose. Go ahead and kick the heels into the glutes. Reach around for the outer ankles or feet. Once there, squeeze the knees toward one another. We don't want them to open any wider than those hips. Then on your inhale, lift the heels and kick the feet into the palms for 5. The goal here is to get the knees and the shoulders in line with one another. 4. Eventually, the arms come overhead. 3. Breathe full. 2. And 1. Exhale, lower down. Go ahead and sit back into your child's pose. Arms long, knees as wide as the mat, toes touch. Drop the hips, maybe drop the forehead onto a block if it doesn't reach the floor. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. And go ahead and inhale forward to your tabletop. Exhale to sit off to one side. Draw the feet out in front of you. Knees point up toward the ceiling. Bring the hands behind the backs of the thighs. As you inhale, draw the chest up high toward the sky. As you exhale, rock back until you feel a catch in your abdominals or the feet begin to lift. You can hold here. If you'd like to bring your shins into a tabletop position, you can. You can also extend those arms for your boat pose, Navasana, for 5. Chest high, 4. Breathe nice and full. 3. 2. And 1. Exhale, lower down. Extend the legs out long in front. Take your inhale to lift the arms. And then exhale for your long forward fold. Hold for 8. Reach for the feet. 7. Squeeze the big toe mounds together. Squeeze the ankles together. 7. Do your best. 6. Melt down over the legs. 5. Feel like the tailbones flaring out behind you. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. 2. And 1. Go ahead and inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Draw the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh for Janishriyasana. Inhale the arms overhead, square up over the left leg, then exhale to fold. Hold for 5. Right shoulder down. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. 2. 1. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Draw the right knee to point up toward the ceiling. Hug it in tight toward the body. Send the right fingertips down on the mat, pointing away from you. Inhale the left hand high, and then exhale to twist, drawing the left arm in front of the right thigh, or you can hug that knee in. You can also take the bind by wrapping the right arm behind the back and the left arm in front of that right leg for 5. Breathe tall. 4. Chest higher. 3. Find a nice release. 2. And 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release, switch it out. Left foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Hold for 5. Left shoulder down. 4. Release the shoulders. 3. With your inhale, spine more length. 2. 1. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the arms. Bend into the left knee. Hug the left heel in close to the body. Knee points up toward the ceiling. Send the left hand behind you on the mat. Fingertips point away. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale to twist. Marichi. C. Go ahead and cross the right arm in front of the left leg. Or you can hug that knee. You can also take that bind for 5. Sit up taller. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Imagine someone pulling you toward your right leg. 2. And 1. Inhale back to center. Unwind. Bring the soles of the feet together. Squeeze the soles together. Option to sit on a block. Baddha Konasana. Hold on to the feet or ankles. Take your inhale to lift the chest. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold for 5. Breathe full. 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Go ahead and close the knees like a book. Recline onto your back for our final sequence, our closing sequence today. Find your bridge pose, ground down through the feet and lift the hips to knee height, clasping the palms below the low back and drawing the forearms down. Really shake the spine here. Hold for 5. Breathe full. 4. Find space through the collarbones. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. You're welcome to take another bridge, maybe a supported bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana with the hands behind the shoulders. If you're going for Urdhva Dhanurasana, really keep those toes turned slightly in and step down into those feet. On your next inhale, lift up for 5. Breathe full. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. Prepare for the third and final back bend of class. Take supported bridge, regular bridge, or Urdhva Dhanurasana. On your inhale, lift up for 5. Release the shoulders. 4. Release any tension in the forehead. 3. Breathe fuller. 2. And 1. Go ahead and lower down, then slowly, with care, roll up to a seated pose with the legs out long in front and take a gentle forward fold for 5. You may not go as deep as you did before, but that's okay. 4. Relax the back. 3, 2, and 1. Shoulder stand. Go ahead and recline yourself back on your back. Rock the hips over the shoulders and send those toes up, pointing straight toward the sky. Try to prevent your toes from coming over the face here. Really draw them away from you. You can always use a wall to help support you here. You can do legs up a wall instead, or you can bring your hips on top of a block and send the feet to the sky. Hold your inversion for 5. Breathe full. 4. Draw the toes away from the face. 3. Leg squeeze. 2. 1. Plow pose. Drop the toes beyond the face. Keep the legs straight. Keep the hands on the low back unless the toes touch. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Soften the knees. Ear pressure pose. Bring the knees to the outer edges of the face. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll on out. We'll end with your fish pose today. Option to use a block to make this a supported fish. Go ahead and dig your elbows into the mat. Lift the chest as high as you can. Tip your head back until the crown of the head touches. And relax here just for 5. Breathe full. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chest lifts first, then the head lifts. Relax on down for your Savasana final rest. Let your arms be wide, let your feet flop open, and gently close the eyes. Be sure to walk the shoulder blades back underneath you. Take a full inhale. Exhale, release. I will guide you out. Slowly begin to bring movement back into fingers and toes. Maybe draw circles with ankles and wrists. Reawaken the limbs. Reawaken the breath. When you're ready, on an inhale, stretch the arms long overhead to the wall behind you as you stretch the toes down long in front. And then exhale to your favorite side. The right side tends to be more restful, the left side more energizing. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your practice today, for finding depth in the postures and relaxation in your Savasana. When you're ready, with as little effort as possible and eyes still closed, rock yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the front of the room. We'll inhale the hands to heart center and exhale to draw the shoulders back down and away, finding a little tuck of that chin. I leave you with the Mangala mantra, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May beings everywhere be happy and be free. We'll seal up our practice with 3 breaths together. First, exhale all the air from your lungs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, send it out. We bring our thumbs to third eye center, our seat of intuition, and bow forward to say namaste.